Plastic Model Builders. It's me, Harry Stone, again with Plastic Model Builders. We are looking at the Italeri 1/48 V-22 Osprey. We're going to assemble these parts here, as you can see, or at least try. Have some painting to do with them. They go together kind of funny. There's not a lot you can do about it. Like some of these areas here will need painting on the inside and roughed up, weathered, because these things, when they're assembled, they will kind of go like this, and they'll cap up, like, not cap up, but they'll twist up like that and stay there. So you kind of got to paint all this area and make it look kind of pretty. So that's what we're going to try to work on, make it look good. So we are going to get to it with some model making madness. Got these propeller blades here as well. So all sorts of fun stuff we're going to do. We are going to finish some of the little bitty things that need to be taken care of that are on the main body itself that we've already assembled. Some things got to go in there. Some things don't. Like these things will have to get painted eventually too. Clearing off my desk here. That way we can get stuff on the ball and assembled. I've got these right here, which we're going to put onto the main fuselage body. Just right here. Anyway, this is what we did earlier today, and you can see came out decent. I got some gaps in there, but I think it'll be all right. Might want to fill this in a little bit more right here along this. There we go. Okay, so now that I've got your attention, we're going to start with this right here and work on all this little stuff right here and assemble the propeller blades. I was going to think of a way to try to assemble all this stuff and kind of paint it later, but it's kind of hard. I don't have to put this on the aircraft, though, these, until it's actually done, but I can get them pre-assembled. This actually is a fairly easy model. I'm impressed by how quickly it goes together. Minor issues, not a lot. Can't find what I did with my big old wings that I had laying around here. There we go. All right, so I'm going to take these. They only go one way, which is like that. I did take the liberty ahead of time and kind of just cut stuff to fit right away. This is giving me a little bit of trouble here. There we go. Get a little hand cramp as well. This here is not the greatest fit. I will make it work. Or try. As you can see, it doesn't quite line up how it's supposed to. You see this side here, that lines up a lot better than the other side. It's probably just how this thing was molded. I am currently looking for a couple of pieces here. I think I found them. Just want to make sure I have the right ones. So these right here, each side has a proper way of going into this airplane. And just kind of take these and fit them in just like that. Although they're not a perfect fit, they do at least fit. Okay, making progress here. Yes, I do. I will respond when I see them. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do. It's hard to, though, when you're modeling, and I get a little attention deficit disorder and focusing on what I'm doing. And then on the screen, they tend to vanish at times. But I have not built the U2 by them. I didn't know they had one. It is my favorite band, though, so maybe I'll have to build the model and see how that turns out. So we got these right here. Now, these are what I'm talking about. I'm probably not going to install the propellers on these. How do these even go? Probably something like this or like this. Let's see here. See, some of these just doesn't look quite right how this gets installed, but what do I know? Let's see what the directions say. Upwards. So that goes on that. Makes me wonder if one is different than the other. Other way, maybe not. Such an interesting aircraft. So that'll go like that, I guess, and it doesn't actually go all the way down, but I need to find my snips wherever the heck I put them, and get the cap off the spinners. There we go. My shirt is actually sticking to the sprue. These will go like that once they're put on. I guess maybe that's because the blades tend to fold, and maybe that's how they fold in, is right there. So it is correct how they have it. Just looks weird. That, though, needs filed down. I tried to go through ahead of time and file everything down just to get it taken care of, because I didn't think you guys would want to watch me nail file stuff, sand, whatever you want to call it. All right, so on these, it's got a little area right here. These things are small. About the only thing I didn't cut out, because I really wasn't going to do these until later, but since y'all are watching, I'm going to put them on. These are really good for the carpet monster or the fling it away monster. I got lucky. Found it really quickly. Oh gosh, I'd imagine this is the since it's an Italeri kit, it's the same as the testers. In the instructions, it lists the paints as quote unquote model master. So, you know, clearly there's some Jedi mind tricks going on there, where they want you to buy both at the same time. That would be my only guess. is that this is one of the older ones. See, right there. Model Master, which, as we know, they don't make anymore. It's the same. Good old Rust-Oleum decided that it was no longer in their best interest to produce that kind of paint. People couldn't figure out why, and I'm like, well, I'm sure they've done their market research and have determined that it just isn't viable anymore for a specialty type of paint. Well, maybe it is 2010. I don't know. It seems like a really, maybe they did a newer tooling of it. Can't go wrong with scale mates, can you? All right, so these right here, oh, look at that. There's some good flashing right here. It's always nice to talk and chat at the same time. Some people are quiet, some are not, but makes modeling go by a little bit quicker and easier. Ugh. There we go. You see which way these face. Up. Okay. It's supposed to face up, and you almost think it looks like it should be facing down, but I guess that's just the way the instructions have it. It's kind of goofy. Oh, wait. Hold on. Definitely up. Try this a different method. I'm good. Yeah, it is the Bible, that's for sure. Make sure these are on straight. Kind of just got to twist them a little bit, I think. Oh boy. Glad this isn't a tank. You'd probably be watching me all day put on 2 little parts. Good thing about weathering stuff is you can mess up and fix it with paint. I don't think I've ever done a 1/72nd model. Maybe I have. I don't know. Probably. Yes, I have. The Enterprise or the Space Shuttle with boosters and tank is a 1/72nd. And it's very big. 1/48 would be cool. I'd buy it. Where to put it would be a different story. It'd probably wouldn't go in the same case as a 1/96th Saturn V, because that's big, along with the 1/144th Saturn V. That's big too. So I got all this. Academy. I think you said Academy. Okay. So this next stuff is all sorts of special. Let me make sure I get this right. Do some pre-assembling to make sure I don't mess anything up. So these should go. It's got a flat spot. Very hard to see. I mean, it's so unpredominant. I mean, it's like barely there. Trying to focus on it for you. Should go like that, I believe. And this, go right like that. See, then that's why I was thinking got to paint inside of here first. It's always good to double check that just so you can see how it goes. So I think I'm going to break out the paint marker. Shake it up real good. Turn it sideways and see how far I can take this and stick it straight up your, never mind. Never mind. Let's see here. There we go. Trying to get in there and I can't. There we go. We're going to do this one more time because the paint's finally coming out in this thing. And it doesn't take long to dry, which is good. There we go. Maybe paint these. I think the directions say they go silver, but I can paint them black and do some weathering later. So I should have one more of these. I've got to find it somewhere. I know I cut it out, but the question is where I put it. There we go. And let's see here. I guess we can take this. Find the other side, which is right here. Just gonna close this down like that. Lifts up like that. Well, that worked out well, huh? Doesn't even matter because that's going to get covered up. I can fix that later on. All right. So first step, you're going to make sure I have all the right parts here. Take this right here. It will fit just like this. That also does have a turbine inside of it. It's very hard to see. Well, you can see it in there right there. There we go. Let that cook. Take one of these. line up the flat spot because it goes kind of like that, I believe. Maybe I got the wrong one. There are two of them. At least, I mean, it looks right, but might not be right. This is the downside of taking your parts off ahead of time. That gets pressed in there very hard, by the way. And you could tell which side these goes on because this has to line up with that, but this also needs to be turned like that to fit into that, just like so. Don't ask me why, but this doesn't really, it goes all the way down. You got like a little hole left in right there. So that is what that is. But at least you could put that in like that. Now we're going to take this. By the way, if you look on that right there, it's got a raised lip on there. So that's done for a reason. That fits right there. Take the little cap, just right here. Yeah, hold on just a second. This is it. It's pretty big. It's hard to tell. There are lead weights that you have to put in. It says like 0.48 some grams, something like that, which is a bunch of ounces. So I've got these. I have 3 of these in there, which I've actually crushed these down, and some iron bar that I cut up. And that's also in here. They're like right here. I put one of these on my last video, the live one that I did earlier today. One of these is on the side right here. I didn't put one underneath here because I didn't see the lead weight thing until after I put this in. But if you do that first, they probably should have maybe said something in the instructions a little sooner. Not that you kind of realize what you're doing by the time you do it. Sometimes it's a little too late, which is what happened. I guess maybe it does show it in the right spot right there. I just wasn't thinking about how I did it, but you got 43 grams of lead weight. So yeah, that's in there. You see all the seats. I am doing this with these open, but as you see, I glued them closed so I can paint it. Less masking to do. I'm just going to slowly cut that out. I don't know what's worse, but you can see the fit is not good right there for a door closed, so you'd have to do a lot of work on that. And you're welcome. Okay. So we've got this on here. So the directions tell you to put this piece on right here. However, a couple steps later, it says, hey, if you want these to rotate forward, I'm assuming this means don't put that there, which is what happened. Oh, I do. It is in my on my kitchen cabinets. That's how big it is. And I've got another one laying around here somewhere that I got at a store. I've even got a AC 138 Hercules. Hold on a second here in case you really care. Right there. There's the SR-71, a couple of B-17Gs. There's the box. Got a bunch of stuff going on here. Well, thank you for watching. I'm not the best model builder in the world. I just like to show people how to do stuff, and you know, that's what it really is about. It's not about how good it is. It's just about people seeing, well, this is how this thing can go together, and you're free to build it however you want and do whatever you want. I did not get the newer version of that kit. I could always buy the Edwards sets if I wanted to, but I was thinking about maybe putting in some more realistic tail feathers. I don't usually do that stuff, but it looks like a really interesting model kit to do. So what have you got to lose by trying different things sometimes? So this here, it's going to go like that. I've seen lots of different channels out there. They're all a bit unique in their own little way. Everybody likes doing things their own way, and they think maybe their way is a little bit better than the others. But really, there is probably one way that is better than everybody else's, just not everybody knows it. My favorite debates are paint. And, well, I think this paint is better. And then another person says, well, no, that paint stinks and this paint is better. But really, all these paints are manufactured and sold. So people find a value in them somewhere, somehow. Doesn't matter if you like the paints or not, as long as the person that's using them has a good use out of it and can make stuff look good. So this is, I know this is hard to see because it's not very lightly, thinner. That's another thing. Okay, so you can put in X20 lacquer, or I'm sorry, just hold on just 1 second. You can use lacquer thinner for Tamiya in place of X20A, but you're just splitting hairs with that, it seems like, for a little bit extra drawing time. I mean, how much of a difference does it really make? Probably not that much, in my honest opinion, which isn't worth a lot, but I mean, this right here isn't what it looks like. You notice that bottle's really filled. I made my own and works fairly good. Use a ventilator, by the way, when I do it. My spray mask that I have, and turn on my vents because you do not want to breathe this stuff in while you're making it. Small amounts, cap up the bottle is fine when you're gluing, but a quart of mech and acetone certainly will go a long, long way. I'm going to glue this down in just a bit here. Where's that hole? There it is. Okay. I guess the neat thing is, I was always having trouble keeping viewers, or not viewers, I should say. Just like my subscribers kind of just started going away over time, the amount I would get per month. And I'm like, I'm not doing anything wrong, but according to YouTube, you must be doing something wrong. Really, I'm just not making content as fast as they would like. So I just figured I may as well build stuff live, and whoever wants to watch me build it live, they can. Whoever wants to watch my other videos not live, they can do that too. So there, we got that on. Put that there. Oh, there's my little shake coming back. That's what happens when you inhale too much of this stuff. Maybe not, but I can't confirm or deny that. There we go. Got my finger in there. I did go through ahead of time and there used to be a shop called A.B. Charles here in Pittsburgh that I went to, but they were a staple in the community for a while, like everything. The owner passed away probably long before I ever moved to this area. His son inherited it, but his son, the main thing, a lot of people in the Pittsburgh area like trains. The son didn't really want to deal with trains. And then he decided to move the business. They had to move it because the location got bought out where they originally were. But then they had to move it for other reasons. Because the newer owner, the son, decided, well, hey, they have more Mercedeses in this area. So in his mind, because people drove richer cars, they had more money to spend. So he moved to that rich area, and that place only lasted a year once they moved it. And he got rid of doing trains because he didn't really want to deal with the train business. Then there's Bill and White's hobby shop, which I go to now. That's it's like a 25 minute drive to get there. There's nothing close in the Pittsburgh area. I do have to cut through North, and pardon my language, Versailles to get there, spelled V-E-R, oh wait, V-I-R-S-A-I-L-E-S, V-E-R-S-A-I-L-E-S. Yes, North Versailles or North Versailles. It is in White Oak, but as we know, Versailles is not North Versailles, it is Versailles. Surprisingly, Pittsburgh history, I do find that interesting because this town is made of nothing but mostly French, Indian, Old English stuff. So this will go on like this. This would be a great model to put some electrics in, by the way. If you ever did that, how they'd go in, it'd be a pain in the booty to put them in, but they could go in. So we got that. So that's where I go. There was another place that closed down. 20 minutes later. So now I go to mostly Hobby Lobby. I'll get stuff. I'm not buying it unless it's 40% off there, because why pay full price when they do 40% offs quite frequently. Hold on, Bumblebee Tuna. Got to put on some more little parts onto this thing. Not really. Okay. So, well, I do, but I don't. I'll put this on here. There's, look at these. Yeah, they're large. There's nothing to really hold it on to. You just kind of got to put it on and hope for the best. The only registration mark is that right there. Hope for the best, expect the worst. I know we've all heard that saying. You'll never be disappointed, though, if you expect the worst. That's a fact. Okay. I'm going to do this slowly because otherwise I'll get my fingers stuck in glue, as I always tend to do. Real bad about that. Never gotten used to thin cement. It's like liquid super glue. But I do like when you can see it just like suck into the crevices. Well, that wasn't too hard. I got lucky with that one. There we go. Okay. Next up is this one. There you go, for better hallway vision. It's also a John Bender quote. I don't know if you guys can see this. There we go. It's actually very hard. People are like, I can't see. Try building a model and doing it with the camera right in your face. Not exactly what I would call easy. Arg. See, this one's giving me trouble. That's okay. Best thing to do when it gives you trouble, just hold it differently. Or at least try. Then you can get your glue in there. And once it starts to stick, because it works fairly fast, quickly align it. So yeah, from now on my model building, I will try to do a lot of stuff live. Not everything will be seen, like cutting parts out, because I feel that's kind of a waste of time. So I do prep on that a little bit. But people seem to enjoy it. I get a lot of subscribers doing it. We all know YouTube's about building money. I don't know why people try to hide that, because we're not dumb. We wouldn't do it otherwise. But yeah, I'm just cheap. I could use masking tape, but I'm cheap and lazy. Hit my phone. All right, so we got to put on parts 86F, 90, 85. Let's try to find those. All right. I guess this fits in like this. I'm not sure, but I think it's kind of really just supposed to. I guess maybe it does float in there. I'm not sure. This one's harder to get in. There we go. But judging by this, you can see it's really hard to see deep inside of that, especially once this goes onto the plane. Okay. 04. but I'd say I've lived here 11 years. Within those 11 years, I have seen Hobbytown USA close, the Silver and Coin place closed. There's a place in the mall that closed. It's a repetitive pattern. And of course, A.B. Charles, of places closing. Oh, this is smooth. I like how this goes, just kind of barely fits over it. I have no idea if I'm putting this in the right spot or not, but just kind of got to put it there. That's what it looks like. All right. So 86 goes right here on this side. And it is specific. There we go. There we go. Got that there. Next up is the propeller blades. Dropping all sorts of them all over the place. So these are also very specific how they go. Take this and then you find a matching one. That isn't it. This is, though. Just goes right in like that. And you can see how lovely that is, a little gap there. So I'm sure I'll have to fill some stuff in. Let's see here. Well, could be because of this. And some flashing. That's a lot better. It was a lot better. Not perfect, just better. I imagine that's where these blades would fold inwards on the real plane. Press that just a little bit. There we go. So I actually have no idea which ones I'm putting in where. I'm just kind of building them and I'll know which way they fit once I get to that point. And I'm not really always worried about fingerprints because they'll buff out just fine. Nice. Somebody is sending me some styrolines. I look forward to trying that out. I've heard nice things about it. I believe it is a Badger company. At least, you know, since the person sending it to me works at Badger. My compressor is not doing so well for air. So he said, well, instead of selling me, he will gladly sell me the part I need. But he's like, well, I don't know if your copper wiring is holding out anymore because they tend to go out. So he'll sell me a new compressor with the regulator, and he'll give me the other part that I need for free. That way I'm at least not without a compressor. And at the worst, I have 2 compressors, which is fine by me. You can never have enough compressors. There we go. I've pretty much switched to mostly Tamiya paints now. I mean, I liked Model Master, but they did go by the way the Dodo. And of course, most people aren't even using enamels much anymore, other than for weathering, because there are better options that are a little bit more friendlier for your lungs. Now, not that Tamiya is the greatest for that, because it still does have stuff in there that can make it gag, but you know, a good vent, and it's not too bad. Got to find a part. Actually, let me see where will this go in here. Other one. Okay. I'm basically pressing down on this and kind of just holding it in place as I press inwards with it. And then it'll get your glue in there. You can just then hold it in place and set it. It's giving me fits though. Probably because I rush. I dropped the part. I can't see to find it, so I got to put my glasses on. Found it. If you ever wonder what the never mind, I was going to show you what these primer balls look like. I'm always fascinated by them. That, you know, these are what's in the paint for Tamiya. You know, they're little clear balls, and they the color just comes right off them. Nice blue marble looking little deals. Anyway, let me put this on right here. That's like, you know, like, so you go to Hobby Lobby, and I think they have, I think it's Mission models, but there's really, they have the version that will work for something with like not exactly the right style for airbrushing. What they have, they make a certain one that's more for airbrushing, but they don't actually sell that. Because, you know, the buyers for Hobby Lobby don't know jack diddly squat about models. They just buy for the industry. It'd be nice if they knew what they were doing, but that's wishful thinking. There we go. So these will go onto here like this. This will go into here like that. And it will spin. But I'm not putting these on yet because it's going to be easier to paint with these off. There we go. All right, let me see what else I can do in this wonderful session. Since I have y'all on here. Okay, I know. I can put the camera up so it doesn't fall down anywhere. That's part of the fun things of modeling, is figuring out what to do and when. So this is the interesting thing. You put these seats in. Can't really see them once you got everything else in, but suppose that just fits there, which kind of is weird. I guess maybe this plane has little gaps in it on the sides. I'm trying to see about that. I guess so. Interesting. I imagine you can't really see through those, but I mean, guess it is what it is. There's no way of lining this up either, other than to put it on like I'm doing right here. So we got that. And this will just fit right there. Clean with distilled water. Yeah, that's one of the interesting things. Yeah, Hobby Lobby has Vallejo, that's right. 1500 black. Yeah, I'd like the Tamiya primer, the AS primer, and that goes on really nice because it's a lacquer based. And then, you got your AK paints, which people really seem to like those. And it's just like, everybody just likes what they likes. People would be versatile. They know that, each paint does different things, but it's hard to get people to switch once they like. It takes a geological feat, such as a company saying, hey, we're done and we're not making this anymore. So, once testers stopped making Model Masters, it kind of forced people to do stuff. So I've with Tamiya, when I rinse everything, I just use regular rubbing alcohol. Works out great for me. Spray that in. Got my little jar that you just saw. Got it labeled. You just squirt it in there. And then I have, for those that haven't seen these before, yes, I know this one says lacquer thinner, but I also have one that says alcohol. And I got my paint stirrer. So you just fill this up with alcohol and just stick this in there, pull it out, comes out clean. Yeah, exactly. I've seen so many different, like, people post on all the different Facebook forums, and I'm like, here, you want the real story that no one's telling you? Just get whatever the heck you want. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you'll figure that out really quickly. You don't have to get everything you don't like. So, I don't know if I actually recorded me putting this thingy on, so I'll kind of like fake it and do it one more time. I hate when I do that, but hopefully this doesn't come off. There we go. Yeah, that's why I tell people you're going to, what's the best airbrush? They're going to have 1,000 different answers because they have 1,000 different airbrushes. If any one airbrush was worse than the other, people definitely would be using it. And one guy swears that, oh, you don't want that. That's a really junky airbrush. I'm like, well, in theory, yeah, there are better airbrushes, but the principle is the same. You put your hand on the trigger, you pull back the needle, air releases. Oh, well, if the milling's not right, and this, and I would know, I've manufactured. Okay, good. So you manufacture airbrushes. But, all in all, if you don't like the crappy airbrush, you'll figure it out pretty quickly. I've got my Badger Patriot 105. Works decently for me. Only things I don't like is that, you got to kind of seal it up a little bit better, but you put a little bit of like oil or Vaseline in there. It does a good job. You send it to Badger if there's a problem. They fix it and send you back your same airbrush. Like they'll put in the little nylon inserts and stuff in there. Make it no problem. Let's see, what do I want to do today? Going on 10 o'clock, huh? Yeah, and I mean, like me, I like going to the stores. I always hate ordering online, but your options are limited. So, like my models, I've been ordering a lot of my models now from Andy, because he's seems like a nice guy in general, and he has a nice store. But I mean, he's developed that new tank and stuff like that. Good for him. Can't blame anybody for wanting to get better themselves. Should I do the wheels? Do you guys want to watch me build wheels tonight? All of these. Yes or no? Your answers will win, whether I stop tonight or not. Regardless, I can at least get them cut out. Yeah, I mean, even a Patriot isn't a master level, but if you want to airbrush, you may as well just get something that's halfway decent. You're going to like it. You're going to find out it's got lots of applications. The only pain in the butt stuff is, how do I thin my paint? Well, it's supposed to look like the consistency of milk. Yeah, Sprue Bros. I want to say I almost came close to stopping by their shop. If that's the one I'm thinking of, that's in Pennsylvania, if someone wants to look that up for me, or maybe that's Squadron. One of those has the shop in Pennsylvania. That's kind of close to when I drive to work, which is very often. I have to go through the Scranton area. Usually picking up my paper from Dunder Mifflin while I'm there. But I think Sprue Brothers might be, I could be really wrong. It's one of those. Or maybe there's a company that I looked for, and I was like, well, I could stop in. So I'm on the way. And as it turns out, I am warranty. That's interesting. Yeah. What did I do here? I'm guessing this just goes like this. Not rocket science. It's model making. And for some people, it might be rocket science. Me, I'm just your ordinary smart person. Can figure stuff out. And there's some things I can't figure out. So I'm not always the smartest in the world. Wheels, though. Gotta love wheels. Not like people are like, oh, you use tube glue still. Tube glue's pretty darn good. If you want something that's going to stick, you can get tube glue. That stuff is not coming apart. I mean, once that model is together, yeah, it's together. Look at that. There we go. Trying to line this up a little bit more. So what the heck is the place that there is something in Williamsport. Maybe I was just looking for models. It's weird. You gotta look over in the Wilkes-Barre, Scranton area for hobby shops. In Pennsylvania. There's something there that seems like I heard about. Maybe it was online and people said they ordered from a place, but the reviews were not good. Not exactly sure. But let's face it, hobby shops are getting harder and harder to come by. So if you find one where they're nice, you keep going to it. The one place I've been going to, they kind of like me, Bill and Waltz. Yeah, I just mentioned them. But they need to they should really start selling stuff online. But as they say, they can never get somebody that is reliable to build them an actual website. But sometimes I do believe in you get what you pay for. So if you do want a quality site, you need to pay money for it. And it will broaden your horizons. Money makes the world go round. And so does the World Wide Web. This place isn't, I mean, it's pretty busy anyway. I guess they're in a decent location in White Oak, Pennsylvania. One side is RC and the other side is models. I'm gonna have to file all that stuff down. But that's pretty much it. I think I've done all I can do tonight. Go look at stuff because, you know, I mean, I could put on the wheel bay doors. I'm just going to save those for last. All the little miscellaneous stuff is really all that's left on this model on the front windshield. And you got all this stuff right here. Oh, that's going to be a pain. I can't stand all that stuff. I can work on that a different day. People got to sleep sometime, right? Let's do something real quick, though. Since y'all are here, we'll finish out this video in uno momentos. Oh, I do have 2 leftover windows. I guess maybe if they did a different version. Oh, look at this. This is horrible. Oh, let me find my cutting utensil. Trying to find my glasses first. Wait, here we go. This will work. This is genius right here. Good idea, bad idea. There's got to be a better way. There has to be. I'm going to find it real quick. There it is. This is the better way. There we go. Sometimes I forget light pressure is all you need. And it's off. Now to take 20 years sanding this piece off. Shouldn't take me that long, but one never knows, right? Hopefully we figure out what Pledge Revive it has turned into. I should probably buy that stuff in bulk and just say 4 models. Next thing I know, everybody will buy it and all the haters will be like, well, it says it's for models, so may as well use it. Yeah, that's my other favorite debate. Whether or not you can use Pledge Future or not. It's a floor gloss. It's not meant for models. It doesn't have to be. You just have to be able to use it and do whatever you want with it. If I want to use it to coat my models with and be able to clean them off easier with water, just get some Pledge. Yeah, it might be a little more expensive. Actually, cheaper than other stuff. People are like, it's just cheap. If you buy the expensive stuff, you'll get good stuff. Or I could just buy the cheap stuff and get the same results that you've got. Oh, well, that stuff yellows over time. And there are people, well, I've never seen mine yellow. I think it can yellow unless you store it out of direct sunlight. I used to be deathly afraid of scratching plastic, but after a while you get used to it. Not to mention that if you get a Novus, that should take out micro scratches anyway. Quick shine. Yeah, I mean, whatever works, I guess, right? I mean, just realistically, this is an expensive hobby. If you want a cheap alternative that could save a little money, do it. I don't see what the problem would be. I think I've almost got this down here. Okay. Don't know how much of this will be seen. Let's see. Cap up my glue. This is a big plane, by the way. I didn't realize how big this thing is, but I mean, it's for 1/48th. This is bigger than a fighter jet. And that actually fits really nicely on there. Sold. So I'll just have to fill in a bunch of this stuff right here. Do light detail work and all sorts of other fun stuff. So anyway, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Maybe might go over and hang out with my cousin and watch Hunters. It's a very good series if you haven't seen it. I like it, at least. Anyway, I will see y'all on the next one. So take care. See ya.